Team building with Jam is back in the building. Guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like button already because you know what it is. There was your reminder, but I'll remind you again later. For those of you, because I have a lot of new subscribers, probably 1,500 to 2,000 since the last time I did one of these. Welcome. Team Building with Jam is a series where from your suggestions, I put together a mon, unless you guys don't suggest anything. So shout outs to Joey MCC, that's what I'm going to call him, Joey MCC. He's the name of the Pokemon we're building around today. Heracross, because he's the one who suggested it. So if you have Pokemon that you want to see me try to make a team around and utilize, then leave it in the description down below. If you have a particular set, you can do that as well. If I can make both work, I will. So Heracross is the man. Now we're going to hop right into it. I try to not keep these too long. I used to do super in-depth ones, but you can watch those if you want to. Heracross. What are we doing with this bad boy today? We're going to be running a Flame Orb Guts set. Why Flame Orb? Because of the Guts ability. It immediately gets the equivalent of a Choice Band, and it can switch moves. Obviously, the downside is we take the burn damage, but that's all at 6% per turn. We can deal with that, especially because it's one of those mods that just comes in, puts you in a pack, and then just dips back out, comes back and puts you in a pack. And because of that, right, because the first thing I should have started with the first principle of team building. I don't have the document on me, but I'll try to remember to link the document in the description down below so that you can follow this formula. But it's also in my team building with Jam playlist, so you can find it there. But the first thing you want to do when you're building your team is define your objective. So in this case, my objective is to use Heracross. Now, it's also important to know and have knowledge of the metagame, right? Meaning, when you're using Heracross, you're not going to structure your Heracross to do something that it's not equipped for, right? So you're not going to ask your physician how to fix your car. Sure, it's possible he could do the job, but it's probably best to go ask a mechanic how to fix your car. So similarly, you don't want to have your Pokemon, because they're just tools, doing something they're not equipped for. So Jam, how do you know what they're equipped for? Well, one of the first things you want to do is look at their stats. So if we take a look at Heracross here, defenses are okay and HP is okay. Typing defensively is alright. Right, it's actually not horrible because Buzzwole has wall specific things, but given the stats it has, its attack and its speed, it's not super fast, but those are its more valuable assets, right? So we're not going to build a max HP, max defense Heracross, right? So this is more obvious for those who are very familiar with Pokemon, but for the ones who aren't, or who are struggling with team building, this is useful information that you can extrapolate to different situations where it's not as obvious, right? So that would be a case where, you know, people are running low-key defensive Cinderace, right? Where you're like, well, Cinderace isn't bulky. Or people are running defensive Chomp to modify, even though Chomp's offensive stats are more useful, or Landers, right? Things of that nature. So those are examples where it's not super obvious which route to go, but it all comes back down to what do I want this Pokemon to do and what is the objective of my team, right? So I spent a lot of time on the Heracross one because it's the first step. What is my objective? My objective is to get this Heracross and then clobber Pokemon with it as often as possible. And so in order to assist with that, the second thing you want to do is find out what are some things that come in on the Pokemon you're building around. If it's an offensive Pokemon, you want to look for the walls. If it's a defensive Pokemon, you want to look at what's going to break it and then pair it with Pokemon that help support it, right? And so because this is something that's not really switching in on anything, it's more about what's going to stop it when I click an attack. And so how you scan for that is scrolling through the tier. Now with this particular combination of Close Combat, Facade, and Earthquake, there's nothing in the tier that by itself, like meaning just outright from a typing standpoint, can resist every move here. Nothing in the tier, right? Everything takes at least a neutral. And I'm Terra Normal, so that can actually help a lot with situations where, you know, say I get a Trailblaze off and I'm going to Facade a Zapdos to just put it in the dirt, or Facade a, you know, something that would resist the close combat, any flying type, frankly, except Corviknight. Enamorous probably dies to just regular Facade, no Terra. But things of that nature, right? So we're getting the idea. Landers would come in, facade would have to get clicked, things of that nature, right? So that's Heracross for you. Nothing in the tier resisted. And I decided to go Trailblaze for the potential speed boost endgame sweep versus something like Swords Dance, because the tier is pretty fast paced and a lot of things have unaware. So the likelihood of you Swords Dancing and then getting more than one kill before you're threatened out is very unlikely. So I'd rather go for the immediate power with Flame Orb and then Trailblaze in a pinch where I can just get a speed boost and potentially clean the opponent up in a situation they didn't expect, you know? So that being said, there are some things that are still somewhat common that are going to come in, which are likely going to be things like Toxapex, Tusk, Corviknight. And so I decided to opt for a pairing with Dragapult. Now, why did I go with Dragapult? That's because Heracross cannot switch in on things typically, right? It's going to take a ton of damage. You want it to get a free switch in. And so what I decided to do was put something that gets pivots or forces switches in Dragapult, because you never know what it'll do. So Dragapult has very specific Pokemon that like to come in on it. And guess what? A lot of those Pokemon, let's say potential Clodsires, potential Garganicles, potential Heatrans, potential Kingambits, potential Tinglus, potential Toxapexes, all those Pokemon get bodied by the Guts Heracross. So it lures in things that Guts Heracross likes to be in on, and it gives it the free turn to get that Flame Orb, because you have to be in for one turn before the Flame Orb activates. So that gives Dragapult lures in a lot of the things that Heracross likes to be in, and then it just goes to town clobbering, right? The remainder of the team is fairly simplistic. Again, I'll try to spend less than 10 minutes on the team. Then we're going to hop into an actual live where we test it out and modify it. So now that we've identified some of the things that will threaten it, and we've found some partners or a partner that pairs well with it, and you can have multiple partners, of course. I decided, you know what's another thing that really benefits Heracross's and Dragapult as well as, just onslaught on the opponent's team. Sorry, the squad was calling. But yeah, so Samurai Hisuian, like, come on. Sharpness, Focus Sash, the most mindless Pokemon in the tier. Decided to give this boy a swirl because it's just a solid mon at the moment. Just a solid mon, period. And why it's so used is that it provides damage and spikes at the same damn time. And Dark is already such a busted typing. Not really, but it's very good. So it's just a fucking amazing pairing. Plus, a lot of things Dragapult can lure in as well, Samurott can take advantage of. Notice I do have Taunt on this because I don't have a Goldengo, which is usually something paired with these to stop defog, like Bold, Air Balloon, Goldengo. I decided not to go with this. If you notice, it's actually a more offensively structured team. It does have a bit of a backbone here, but it's max HP, max speed, Tusk, as you're going to see. Slowking, yes, and max Corviknight. So these two pair well together. Not necessarily from a straight up typing standpoint, because obviously they don't really help each other's typing super well. Both are at least neutral to electric, fire, dark, ghost. I guess with ground, right? Ground and Slowking's. What's Corviknight weak to? Fire and electric. Slowking's weak to. I'm trying to think of a type that Corviknight resists or immune to other than ground. But yeah, I think that's it. I think he actually doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. Poison Psychic. I think this was the first Poison Psychic type. Doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. The Psychic type gives it a lot of weaknesses, and the ground gives it one. Oh, impressive. But yeah, so no wonder it's used. But yeah, Chilly Reception pivoting. So we actually have U-turn and Chilly Recep, and that's gonna help with the spikes and all the switching that's gonna go on. Can't have U-turn on court, but I like this set better. But we'll get to that. So that's Samurott. I'm playing with the set. I could be Tauntless. It could be Sacred Sword, depending on how annoying Gambit gets. It could be Sucker Punch. There's so many combinations of things. It could be some random Surf set. But as I say all the time, the team's not done until it's used, right? So no matter what we come up with in the team builder, the team isn't done until it's been reiterated and actually tested on the ladder. Everything else is just theory, right? All of this is just reading a book on how to ride a bike. But you can't ride a bike until you ride a bike, right? So we're Great Tusk. I'm running max speed, max HP, because I wanted a secondary like Goldengo. Most of the things outspeed Goldengo except the Fizz Walls, but I wanted something that was a bit more of a mid ground that could come in and outspeed it, right? Especially if they're trying to balloon you away and then trying to nab off a Make It Rain after that. You can clobber them with the Earthquake potentially, right? But yeah, because I have a Iron Defense Corviknight, which can be a secondary Gambit solution, plus a lot of them are running Terra Flying, I figured I'd go with that. We'll see. All of this is testable. Then the last two are just honestly slot holders. They glue together a lot of the potential weaknesses that I could see, right? Corviknight Iron Defense shuts down almost every physical. Like certain teams just lose to that set, straight up. Still as good as it was pre-meta. And Galarian Slowking pivot, boom boom. Slow Bro was Slow King without the Galarian was obviously an option as well. But I decided to try the Galarian Slow King out. This is my first team building. Plus it helps mitigate my Zapdos weakness a bit. And my Hatterene susceptibility, though, you know, Heracross, Dragapult, all these things. But yeah, 11 minutes. Corviknight's Iron Defense, again, just for overwhelms things like Excalibur, Dragonite, and Amorous as well, depending on what its set is. I mean, it just, honestly, just bodies certain teams, just straight up. It helps with Gambits in the late game. Just runs through certain structures. Because they're not seeing Iron Defense coming and then they get clapped. So, all that being said, if you have any further questions or anything you'd like for me to clarify, let me know. I don't have the 5 steps of team building in front of me. I know it's objective. Find the problem, solve the problem with team members and sets. Test the team. I don't remember what the other one was, but I know test the team is the last step. So that's what we're going to do. So I probably don't have a ton of points on academy teams, but we're going to build it back up and let's get a party started. All right, so we're facing damn near a mirror match. Welcome to Pokemon Home. But yeah, this is kind of funny. Let's break it down. Not too high. I'm what, 16 something. So obviously we haven't been on this account for quite some time, but that's actually not that low. I mean, it's not too bad. Our goal in life is to make Heracross do some work. So let's break this down. You can't guard against Stealth Rocks plus Dragapult, Shadow Ball. That's one. You can't guard against that combination and Sacred. What's that called? Razor Shell. Stealth Rocks and Razor Shell as well. Assuming that Excalibur is not boots and can take rocks. The Heracross upon clicking Facade or Earthquake maims the opponent. In fact, I could potentially Trailblaze sweep with the cross, but we'll see. It's more about getting that value, you know what I'm saying? Great Tusk purpose is going to be to check potential offensive Tusk, and provide them rocks and that hazard control. Plus that young distribution of the knockoff all around. If he mindlessly gives me Samurott turn 1, Future Sight goes a long way. But honestly, if he gives me the Pult and that Enamorous doesn't have Mystical Fire, Iron Defense Corviknight can pull through. I don't guard super well against his Samurott either. I mean, I can, but you know, obviously it's gonna get the spikes up and be annoying. Nor is Dragapult. I don't have any Ghost Resist, Ghost Immunity, or anything of that nature, other than the Heracross Terra normally. So we have a lot of the same problems. This is a tricky situation. You have me in a hell of a situation. But one would assume Heracross would discourage the mindless Samurott activity, but it's hard to say. So I'm assuming it's mindless Sash. The reason I'm Heracrossing here, I know it's like, jam, you're sacking the featured mon already. I feel like a blunder video, right? But what a Heracross does is it discourages the ceaseless edge, while at the same time counterplaying anything that he could potentially think about doing. So see, as he goes to Tusk, but I'm a Heracross, and so I wall bug and fighting because I'm a bug type. I mean ground and fighting because I'm a bug type. So This could be Trailblaze at 15% prior to a boost. I mean, he could have something to hit me. What I don't want is for him to be able to take 2 CCs. I am going to just click close combat here. He may go hard pull. What's my speed tier? 240, 442. So I am faster than Polt. I'm going to CC twice because, as I said, the typical Tusk is not going to have something that can touch Heracross beyond, say, a rapid spin. So I might get the Twick, and I'm not strong enough. Oh man, that's fucking pathetic. That's very interesting though. Okay, so he commits to rocks. I get a lot of value off his Great Tusk. I could trade Tusk. So I'll do his Blaze first, because I'm not knocking him out with CC. I don't want to drop my defense and then CC him the next turn. Earthquake hurts, but so likely Polt coming in, but he doesn't know what else I have. Very tempted to EQ, but very tempted to EQ. My bro might go Samurai or Stan. Yeah, can't risk it. Value wise, it's just not worth the risk, you know. So we're gonna sex Corviknight. Obvious Ice Shard coming. He crits me. It's just whatever. It's Life Orb, which matters. A crit will matter if he gets a piece of hacks here. So Oscar Polt, and this is where things go greatly wrong. But no. So at this point, Samurai's purpose is Samurai's purpose, right? I'm debating whether I should Terra Water my. If I Terra Water my Slowking and he's special, then he could. How does he get past the combination of Corviknight and Slowking? Does he get past that? Is that get pastable? So I'm gonna Samurai Hisui first, see if I can take 2. He flamethrowers and specs. Please do not get the you know what. I know everybody held their breath because they expected him to get the you know what. Now, you know, it ain't a mindless ceaseless edge if it's versus a Samurai. Plus, I know even if he came and he's gonna mindless ceaseless edge me back, or risk a speed tie with that Sacred Sword. I know they're kind, guys. I know they're kind. Okay, I know they're kind. So, and Amorous is an interesting one, right? Because it has so many tricky little things it likes to do. But as I said, Terra Water Slowking looks like it should clean this up. Dragapult being special, I truly don't know how he gets past this beast. So, this could be like Terra Steel or something. Let's say it's Terra Steel and has Calm Mind. What's best for me? My best bet would be to what? Go Dragapult can Flamethrower. So Terra Water Future Sight. So it is Terra Steel. Okay, I'm glad I predicted that. Didn't really, but I figured that was an option. Now, this is interesting because he has 2 Calm Minds up, which means the Moonblast is gonna hurt. But I need to get him from behind his sub. I guess not. It's a Steel type. I'm not going to go Corviknight because I want to make sure that his backs can't counter sweep. It's Life Orb, so, and it has Ice Shard, so it's probably Swords Dance. It's not Dragon Dance, but it doesn't need to be Dragon Dance to beat me. So this is tough. Calm Mind Terra Steel. That's very cool. I've never seen that. I'm Clear Body shit. Yep, this is in the team builder. People are probably like, Jam, you're Clear Body. Future Sight. That's a problem. Okay, so I gotta do this. So I'm gonna do a Sucker Punch here. He should attack this turn. When if he Calm Minds, yeah, he should attack this turn. They seem to take Future Sight damage. I actually did a lot. Oh, he crit. I crit him. I'm pretty sure Flamethrower kills from 56%. I could go Corviknight and take a +2 Moonblast and knock him out with Body Press. That does leave me a little back susceptible though. He's already Terra'd. There's just no way Namorous is taking a fucking flamethrower from here. From 56%. I don't care if you're +2. And I know he's gonna leave it in if I go Pult. Yeah, Namorous is very frail. Now it does invite in his Bax Caliber, but oh, he goes Pult. Bax was an excellent position there. I likely would have just stayed in to go for Flamethrower, truth be told. I would have given him a boost though. But him going to Pult almost seals the deal for Shorzy, for Sheezy. I can't guard against EQ. Tusk is great. So he's Slowking Galarian, especially because he Shadow Balled that particular turn. This allows for me to future sight straight up. I'm not gonna Chili again. I'm gonna be patient at this. Slack off, Sludge Bomb. Slack off once more, he forfeits. I don't know, the team needs a little more spice from a momentum standpoint. But it's been so long since I built a team. So I'll just load people's team up and then just outplay. But in this case, it feels different because I know I gotta use the Pokemon that's featured. And it did this thing there. It got some critical kills right there. So, as I said, I guess Bax is going back into usage. It's crazy. No ground immunity is something that stands out to me immediately. No Heracross immunity stands out to me immediately. Dragapult Shadow Ball goes a long way if I Ceaseless Edge up. As if he just let me, right? It doesn't have too much for Samurott beyond that Chomp, so it assures a Chomp start, which is good news. Unless he's not very competent. But even if I Pult lead, the only counterplay to that is the Gambit. And, I don't need to explain why that doesn't make sense as a lead versus a Samurott. Tusk, Earthquakes just go. Future Sight plus Earthquake. Corviknight in the late game. Really, I need to get rid of that pesky ass Goldengo. So Chomp's gonna get scared the fuck out right now. This is a relatively free Draco Meteor. I wanted to U-turn there. Badly. But I don't know this guy's level of skill. He's in the 1500s. So that would have given me a Samurott positioning. Ceaseless Edge and all these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But nah, this is actually not a bad position. Not a bad position at all. I don't like Tusk in. Samurott in is staring down Chomp. I get to Ceaseless, but that's not the best use of my Samurott. But maybe it is, because when the Chomp... Chomp is actually really pesky. The particular combination of moves it learns, this mix set, is very pesky for me. I actually have to go Samurai here. I know he's chilling, but I know the Chomps. We've discussed this. Didn't I just say all this, guys? But because he Dracos and I die. But I don't have anything for this. So am I really gonna have to just settle for a fucking Spike? I'm not feeling that at all. Oh, he's completely special. Okay. This actually isn't bad. Ceaseless did nothing though. Huh, Earth Power. If he's Earth Power, can he even beat my Slowking? This is what I'm gonna do. Look, watch how wavy we are, guys. So I'm gonna go Slowking here. He's either gonna rock or yeah, I knew he was gonna do some shit like that. And this what is like, since he's special, this allows for me to Chili Recept and reposition my Pult for success while maintaining my Samurott. Now I could. The reason I don't want a future sight is that this thing is still an offensive threat, right? It's still 2 it KOs me. So now this allows for me to go to Dragapult. You know, if I was a sexy motherfucker, I would have flamethrowed here, but you know, I'm just a regular guy. Handsome as hell, but regular. For now. So I really should double double Shadow Ball here, but I don't trust this guy. Besides, There are ways around this pole. Sorry for that background noise. Sheesh. Does he double? Yep. I told you guys. I really do this. Predictable as the day is long. Now my HP, my tusk is really useful. My tusk is really, really useful. If I were to just sack Samurai here to his Make It Rain, I'd be able to go to Dragapult and claim a KO. If I were to knock off with Tusk, how do I plan to win though? I need this gone to win. If I can Corviknight sweeping. I don't know if I die. If I die, then this wasn't a good play. Yeah, I didn't think I fainted, which was a big deal. Because now we're staring down his Tusk. I'm gonna have to make these plays. I don't need rocks. I don't need rocks. He literally left the golden gun. This guy's out of his fucking mind. So, alright, yeah. That was the big thing I needed gone for my, because he's definitely going for knockoff here. But that's the thing I needed gone for, what's his face? Yeah, that's the big thing I needed gone for. You definitely shot a ball. I mean, what's it called? But that's the big thing I needed gone for. Yeah, I knew you'd never attack. That's the big thing I needed gone for my my Corviknight. So now it's just a matter of time. Everything else is just a matter of time. So we're going to. Do not think I kill him with anything other than Draco Meteor. Please hit. He really went Slowking Galar. This guy's out of his mind. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. So the Garchomp dies to Edge. The Garchomp dies to Sucker Punch, I think. Well, it dies to Sucker Punch and rocks. The Draco switch was wild. If I kill his Slowking Galarian, this Corviknight guaranteed wins the game. I need his Chomp to gone because it's the only special mon remaining. But Slowking can't touch Corviknight. So the best it can do is slack off and Chilly Reception, which gives me +6 Iron Defense. So really the Chomp is the last thing remaining. And so we're setting things up for success. And we still have Heracross tucked in. You don't want no problems with that guy. Because once he clicks that close combat, oh, he went back Excalibur. The boy is wild. I'll hard Corby. There's no reason for me to risk him being faster than me and knock me out. Plus, I know they're kind. They mindless DD and go for the hacks. I do have Terra in hand if push comes to shove. But usually, unless he's Orb, I need mindless DD. Not respecting the Sacred Sword potential. Maybe he's like, okay, well, I have the Ice Boost. He hasn't Terra'd yet, so he does have that in hand. But this is why I run Iron Defense Corviknight for these pesky ass fist spammers. Bax, Gambit, Bax Gambit, and Bax and Gambit are the primary abusers, and sometimes SD Valiente. So those are things to win. Yeah, I need DD again. And this is where he's like, oh shit! So we Iron Defense to +6 because he's the one who's gonna have to give up all the value, right? If he switches out. I'm in no rush to hit this body press. I want to make sure that I am boosted as a motherfucker up in this bitch. That boy got 678. Probably has. I don't have as much as attack as he does. Well, he realized, but he shouldn't have forfeited there. You don't forfeit there. I'm gonna grab one last one, and that's gonna wrap it up. One last one. Hopefully it's quick. Alright, so 655. Samurai. He's using offense. Doesn't mean the game's gonna be quick, but if that is not speed booster this, I chip on this, and this isn't Scarf, then Heracross can decimate. Can't guard against Ghost. He can guard against Samurott somewhat. Though I know he's gonna give it up turn 1, so that's good. In fact, I might be able to just clobber him turn 1 because I'm with the same Heracross situation that forces their hand. He has a few more Corviknight solutions in this one. Glow King shuts down Moth and Enamorous. Even if I Terra, in fact, Terra Water is almost unbeatable. I just need to get rid of this first. There's nothing on his team that can punish me in a way that I can't deal with. So like I said, if he decides to Mindless Edge in front of a Heracross, it's a speed tie, by the way, so that's why that was. As they do, as I told you, it's always Mindless Ceaseless Edge. Now, what's interesting about this is that Facade for okay, yeah, Jet. So Mindless Ceaseless Edge for the Spikes. So they gave up a whole Pokemon for Spikes. If you're gonna do that, bro, just run Tinglu. Just run Tinglu. But nah. I'm gonna do some. I have so many exciting things in store for you. Bro really went Iron Moth. There's no way you're Scarf, dude. He's Scarf Iron Moth. I'm truly in the lowest of the low. Lowest of the low ladder. Bro is Scarfed Iron Moth. You cannot make this shit the fuck up. He's going Tusk on this Razor Shell. Even though it's a water type and I'm a water type. But I know they're kind. That Razor Shell did a lot, but he has Helmet. So he's definitely max speed. Very well. Fucking Scarf. He's max speed. I don't trust him. Turner Rocks here as the one Air Balloon Goldengo in the game to pair with his sucking. Oh no. Nah. Okay then, buddy. Okay then, buddy. His defense is low. He spins with me. I take a ton. Oh, okay. Forgive me for the background noise, as I said. Bro really thinks he's fucking Rico Suave. So what I'm gonna do is go Glow King, Chili Recep. That's my only. I don't need my Terra type, and then reposition Samurott in because he's gonna. Oh, Dazzling Gleam. I don't even need the Terra now. Do I even need? Let me see. Future. Nah, Chili Reception. I can't have his. Great Tusk coming in. So this is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. Especially because I didn't have the Terra, so I can keep the Terra in hand for his backs on my Corviknight if I need it, just in case he tries to flinch me down. So it commits to Terra Dark, which helps my Corviknight a lot. That's great. That helps my Corviknight a lot. And he can't even spin block. No more. No more you can spin block. No more. Now, this is a pesky ass Pokemon still. Dazzle Gleam, Shadow Ball. This is still a pesky ass mon. I don't think spinning matters that much. So what I'll do is end up going Tusk. I'm going to Earthquake straight up because I know he's gonna stand, and that will bring him. That's not Dragapult range, actually. Flamethrower. I probably could have Terra Ghosted there. If his backs is not. Well, I mean, I beat everything with Corviknight. The Moth is Scarf, and it can't get past Glow King. So it goes Moth, which is a crazy play. Does this learn Shadow Ball or something? Oh, okay. This matters less now because I have the. Even if he gets to Rapid Spin, this matters less now. Knock would hurt, but yeah, meaning it would hurt in terms of me losing my item. But positionally, he can't go in Amorous. He can't go back. He has to go backs, and since he's already Terra'd, Corviknight always has the body press edge, and it's not even. Now if he's banded, that boy banded, we got a problem, Houston. But otherwise, Glow King gonna beat the last two, so I only really need to get past this. I always don't body press first. Fuck. Crits one of them. I don't think that matters though. Gonna roost here. That might matter. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, it didn't. Alright, blessed. I didn't think so. Because with that iron defense, there's no fucking joke. Especially because I'm one stage above him. So it goes Moth, which gets dropped. But now I know his backs isn't even, I don't even think it has Ice Shard. It might. But, you go Glow King here. Mystical Fire. Future Sight for the game. What he's gonna do? Terra? It doesn't matter. If I go... What's my guaranteed win? Let's say crits with Moonblast here. I still win. Sludge Bomb is a wild play. I mean, Combine is a wild play. Primarily because you're gonna have to take the future sight. So it actually guarantees the dub. Do I want a Chili? Perception. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's Draining Kiss. That's not good. Draining Kiss, shit. It's Draining Kiss. Fuck. That's not good, actually. Let me run this calc. Draining Kiss threw me. Fuck. That's why you have to... That's why you're never out of the woods until you're out of the woods. Draining Kiss. Shit. Especially if that back says Ice Shard. 45%. I still think Dragapult would do 45. Dragapult. Dragapult Draining Kiss. That's fucking cool though. I wouldn't mind if I lost to that. But let's see. Enamorous. This could be some super bulky. I mean, the fucking Sludge Bomb did 30. Well, it was -1. So I'm pretty sure he's still a max special attack. Shadow Ball. Choice Specs. He's +2 though. This might not kill. I think it kills though. Shadow Ball does 34 to 40. It doesn't kill. Draining Kiss did 30% to my Glow King. Houston, we have a problem. So I gotta bank on this not having fuck. This shit counter swept me. I did not see Draining Kiss coming. So that's a useful bit of information. I'm like, what the fuck could he do? So I didn't account for Draining Kiss and it cost me. I don't regret any decision I made. I have to hope that I crit him. If I crit, then I win, but I don't get it. But yeah, he prevailed with Draining Kiss. That's some low ladder stuff. No wonder I'm like, okay. Draining Kiss. Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, Mystical Fire. Because you always want Moonblast, because I could tell he's a bulky one based on how much his max speed based on how Shadow Ball, but that's the rare case where that actually pulls it off. But it worked, and so gotta give credit where credit's due. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.